Across the vast plains of ancient Africa, a new day dawns, echoing with the raw symphony of life.
Driven by instinct and the perpetual hunt for sustenance, Raka and his kin traverse the challenging terrain. Then, a force both terrifying and mesmerizing manifests itself, hinting at a power beyond comprehension. Millennia later, the echoes of that ancient fire resurface in a quiet laboratory, a tangible link to our distant past.
Through the lens of modern science, the microscopic fragments unveil a truth about humanity's earliest mastery of fire.
A new night falls, shrouded in primeval fear and the unexpected gift of a shattered sky.
With a simple act, a profound discovery ignites, transforming terror into wonder. In the golden glow, warmth chases shadow, and fear gives way to a shared, primal embrace.
Millennia later, the remnants of that first hearth are meticulously rebuilt, echoing humanity's enduring quest for understanding.
Fire was warmth, protection, and connection. It changed how they ate, how they lived, how they dreamed.
The traces of charring are extremely faint, but clearly visible under the UV light. This confirms the hypothesis.
Cooking softened food, and perhaps hearts.
With fire, Homo erectus expanded Chan, from Africa to Asia and beyond.
They learned to shield their fire from rain, tree, to preserve light against darkness.
Microscopic carbon tells us they tended fires, not by accident, but by choice.
Curiosity became learning, the first form of teaching. Predators kept their distance, Maliv. Humanity's torch had begun to burn.
From that spark rose civilization itself.
This fragile light connected them to the heavens above and to one another. For the first time, warmth was not from the sun, but from their own making. Each spark fed the curiosity of generations to come.
Modern light deciphers ancient light, the chemistry of discovery. From Kenya to Java, signs of Homo erectus fire appear like constellations of survival.
Cooking transformed energy, making food easier to chew and minds quicker to grow. Fire nurtured more than bodies. It nurtured family. He began to read fire, its moods, its voices, its needs. Under magnification, these suit layers record a million-year story of tending flame. In light's rhythm came ritual, the seed of culture. From darkness into dawn, humanity found its compass. The first artist may have drawn not on cave walls, but in cooling embers.
Each trace confirms intent, not accident.
Fear turned to power. The balance of nature shifted.
They had faced the night and won.
Breath gave life to flame, as flame would give life to breath. They learned to carry light wherever they roamed.
Protection of fire became protection of future.
The lesson of care passed silently between generations.
We still gather around light to learn, to wonder.
Perhaps he wondered if those distant lights were other fires in the heavens.
Modern voices echo the ancient ones.
Earliest controlled fire site confirmed.
The circle of fire, the circle of life.
Another day, another chance to keep the light alive.
Innovation begins in small hands.
He sought to create fire, not just find it. At that instant, Homo Erectus became the maker of fire. The discovery was no longer divine. It was human.
Science repeats the gesture that changed our destiny.
With one spark, he lit the path for all who would follow. Light unveiled imagination. Art was born in its reflection.
Within warmth came dreams of tomorrow.
In their embers, we still find ourselves.
From ancient camps to modern labs, the quest for fire never ceased.
So they truly mastered it?
The answer lies in every glowing hearth and city light we kindle today.
Their fires became our stars. From savanna flame to city glow, the legacy of Homo erectus burns eternal. Beyond warmth, fire transformed. It shaped tools, hardened weapons, and expanded their reach. With knowledge shared, generation to generation, the flicker of fire became the spark of collective. And so, the journey continued. Each hearth a temporary home, each ember a fragment. Sediment remembers terrain, recording ashes from forgotten camps. From Africa, Homo erectus carried light to the far edges of Earth. In Java, they settled near fire's own birthplace. They no longer feared flame delamed. They studied it. Curiosity, once born, never dies.
The evidence is undeniable. Layers of ash tell a story of ancient fires and the enduring human spirit that harnessed them.
Every chip, every fracture, a deliberate act. The very geometry of these tools whispers across millennia, a language of ingenuity. In the embrace of the flames, the earliest artisans forged not just tools, but the very foundation of human creativity.
The flame brought more than warmth. It brought connection. A glowing heart around which humanity...
And in the quiet moments, around the warmth of a shared fire,
gave them courage and identity. We can now recreate their world, frame by frame, breath by breath.
Behind every pixel, a heartbeat from 1,000,000 years ago.
They saw that smoke travels upward, learning from nature's patterns. Communication began, and so, light speaking across distance.
Today, our world still speaks in light.
Fire sharpened tools honed, and instincts. Learning became legacy.
Charred cellulose confirms controlled heat treatment through intentional technology.
The world was still vast and dangerous, but not as dark. Their fire now traveled with them, Jace, like a beating heart. Nature's fire met humanity's code, a bond both destructive and divine.
Perhaps here began belief, Colin, reverence for the unseen power within light.
In every flame we kindle, that reverence endures.
Father to son, knowledge passed by motion, not words.
And thus, humanity's first education.
In Asia, traces of controlled fire mark new homes for Homo erectus.
They used fire not just for warmth, Wace, but for identity.
These shadows are our ancestors' memories coned, etched in flame. He no longer feared it, Wang. He understood it. They learned to protect creation from purpose, an act of intelligence. Across continents, Homo erectus carried the light of progress. Learning patience of aim, the first lesson of civilization. The maker had become the master.
Even enamel remembers flame's kiss.
They were truly us.
And in that truth, the gap between then and now disappears.
Love beside fire, the oldest warmth of all.
Those lights are the descendants of that first flame.
That small ember, cradled in leaves, held the genesis of warmth and community.
Even humor, born in warmth of companionship. The world still burned, but now they burned with purpose.
Science retraces their footsteps in ash and time.
Mistakes taught control, the first lessons of responsibility. For every era, knowledge grew. Art, born from boredom and imagination alike. Every lesson today traces back to that first spark of curiosity.
Their story still fuels minds of future seekers.
Generation after generation, flame walked with them.
A single light amidst endless dark, hope incarnate.
Responsibility passed from hand to hand. A prayer to fire, the first language of faith.
Science and reverence, two flames, one origin.
The maker becomes the elder, passing wisdom to youth. Legacy ensured, the cycle complete.
Without them, there would be no us.
The pattern of civilization, drawn in light across continents.
Fire now reaches for the stars that once inspired it.
The spark of curiosity still burns unquenched.
One element, countless forms, the eternal companion.
From embers to galaxies, the same energy flows.
The chapter ends, but the story never does.
Echoes of innocence, carried through time.
Fire is not a relic. It is our mirror.
Within every cell, energy burns, a whisper of that ancient light. He still walks among us, in every spark we create.
The legacy of Homo erectus shines in every corner of our world. Science bows before their genius, the first engineers of light.
These ashes are sacred. They birthed humanity.
Their time would pass, but their gift would endure. One planet, one fire, still burning after 1,000,000 years. The light they made became the light of understanding.
The story of us all begins with a single spark.
And still, it burns within.